what is ChatGPT? Okay, so ChatGPT is a large language model chat box created by OpenAI, and everything, blah blah blah. So just look at ChatGPT as that a very smart friend, all right, that has access to all the information on the internet, you know. So just imagine you have a friend now that is very, very smart there. And if you ask that friend any question, within 2 seconds, the friend can actually scan the whole internet and get answers to that particular question that you actually asked him or her. That is actually what ChatGPT actually is, and that's actually what ChatGPT actually does. So people actually use ChatGPT for lots of things. You can use ChatGPT to do a whole lot of things. And that's why if you're actually conversant with the internet, you'll be hearing a lot of persons say things about AI. They use AI to do this one, they use AI to get this one. Yeah. Because artificial intelligence have access to almost all the information that is on the internet. And it is very advanced. It has machine learning. So it can basically communicate with you like a human being. So as a result of that now, you can actually ask it any question regarding anything, and it's actually going to give you the appropriate answer. You can use it to actually do anything. If you want to create a picture, let's say a flyer of something, you can ask to help you create the flyer. It's going to check things on the internet and help you create the flyer. If you need answers regarding something, it's actually going to answer it for you in real time. You know, if you go on the internet now, a lot of information is actually there. Before you start searching this and searching that and searching that, and now come to the, come to like seeing the correct answer, you would have actually taken your own time. But ChatGPT can actually do that for you within 10 seconds. I'm going to give an example, okay? Let me forward drop this thing. I on my phone I actually have ChatGPT app. That's what I actually use. So what you do is that when you download the app on this thing, let me show you the app, or you can just go to the website. On my laptop, I use the web app dot chatgpt dot com. So if you go on your browser, or your app store, or anything, if you're using a phone, it's better you actually have the app. But if you're using your laptop, the web app is actually better. So that's that. So once you actually go there and you sign up for ChatGPT, then you can name it whatever you want to name it. I named my own Aurora. What did I name you? So just look at something now. What name did I give you? Okay. This is my okay. I'm coming. Your name is Aurora. Okay. So see, I've already told you that his name is actually Aurora. So it has already learned it. You understand? So it actually operates like a human being. Look at a personal human assistant that have access to all the information on the internet. So you relate to it like you're relating with your friend. So a couple of days ago, there was this particular thing that was circulating on the internet. All right. It was about Wiki. They said Wiki slumped and he had a stroke rather than he was rushed to Paris. And then 7 days after that, I've not heard any information. I've not seen any other thing on the internet regarding that. So I was curious. Now I know that if I go and start searching on the internet now, I'll be seeing lots of different things. Probably this person on TikTok will come and say VK is dead. That you know how it actually is on the internet now. So I asked ChatGPT, how did I even ask itself for how is Wiki? I heard is slumped and had a stroke. So what I'm actually doing now is I'm actually starting with the very, very basic things that you can easily understand and easily comprehend. You get once you actually understand what I'm talking about and everything, you actually have, you know, an understanding of how the chat bot works and how artificial intelligence actually work and what it's used for, then I can go into the advanced ways of actually using to actually get insights on news and all of those things. So if I start with that complicated thing, I'm sure that everybody here is going to be confused. So let me start with the easy one. How is Wiki? I heard he slumped and had a stroke. Yeah, give back to. So you can see what they are saying now. They said there is no confirmed evidence that anything's actually wrong with him. In public appearances, he has been seen very active. He has been hosting members of Rivers State Assembly in the UK and participating in various political events, indicating he's in good health. So that was just basically a rumor. Wait, which particular chatbot am I using? Sorry, give me a second. This is not how. I'm coming. Give me a second, please. I think the one on my phone is maybe slightly different from this one. So yeah, I'm coming. Just give me a second. Let me see how I actually ask the question. Okay, yeah. I asked Vicky's health audit. To look at instead of me to go on the internet now, start looking for things about Wiki and everything they have told me every single say as of April 11th, he came out to actually refute the claim that there's nothing wrong with him. And some persons actually noticed that a side of him looks weak, but he actually said that there's nothing wrong with him. And this is actually a video of him. I can click on the video.
CT Minister Mr. Yasun Wike has reacted to rumors making the rounds about his health, saying there was
I
never
can go on YouTube to see the video.
saying there was never a time he collapsed or was flown overseas for treatment. Mr. Wike made the revelation while speaking.
So I got all these answers from just asking Vicky's health updates. Do you understand? That's just an example of what ChatGPT can actually do. So just look at ChatGPT as that best friend. I cannot actually everybody actually do things differently. Everybody actually are going to use the chatbot differently, but it's just look at it as a personal assistance. If you need any assistance with anything or anything that is required, you can actually ask it to actually help you with. So let's say I want to write a CV. I want to write, okay, help me write a CV. Help me write a CV. Wait, I'm coming. What am I doing? I made a mistake. Help me write a CV for, I think it's called a CV, right? How am I gonna put this now like this? Let me write a CV for, how am I gonna put this now like this? So let me write a job application for Shell. I don't know how, yeah. Let's do something like this. Let me write a job application for Shell. Shell oil and gas company. This is what it has done. So what I will just do now is that I'll just copy this thing like this, take it to my, what do they call it? To my notepad. So if you need help with anything, just go and ask ChatGPT and it's actually going to help you with that particular thing. Okay, it's going to help with that particular thing. So you see it now like this. So I can just copy this thing. Okay, let me open Office 365, which is um Microsoft Office, where you can actually edit lots of things. And you can easily put load fast. Let me put this in here so I can actually let me open a new Word document. Okay. So all those times that you actually spend multiple hours trying to actually write a resume, you're trying to actually write a CV, you're trying to actually write a personal statement, all of those things to help you. So you just put your name here, address, and all of those things. Then look at I'm writing to express my interest in job. That actually helps actually draft out a distance. So let's try on that one again. Remember, I'm starting with the easy ones, with the simple things that are actually relatable. You understand? The things that you can easily, everybody actually, obviously, actually, maybe at some point, if you're trying to apply for anything, you'd have maybe written the CV before all of those things. So let's say, help me write a resume for master's study in Cambridge. So look at Cambridge University. Write a resume for, or let's say CV for master's studies in Cambridge. Master's in, let's say, um, cybersecurity. Security. Security in Cambridge University. Make it very comprehensive and include the skills sets that I need to have, which would boost my chances of getting admitted. Help me write a CV for masters in cybersecurity in Cambridge University and all of those things. So you can see it here. Degree, BSc in computer science and all of those things, modules, and everything. So that have to write every single thing, even created work experience self. So you can just come and edit these things, put whatever you actually want to do. It has actually given them things that, if you actually want to actually apply for something like this, there are skill sets that you need to actually know for them to actually like want to give you in that particular field. Look at it, actually have to create everything. How long did it take to actually create this thing? Less than 1 second. And it's even explaining to you self the reason why it added those skills, technical proficiency, advanced skill set in cybersecurity programming. So it actually included those things in your work experience, which you understand within 1 second. So think of anything. So what I actually want us to do, right? Drop in the chat box what you want me to actually ask the chat bot. Drop in the chat box what you want me to actually ask the chat bot. Let's say, yeah, there's something you actually want to work on or anything or any complex this thing you want to actually ask it. So let me actually ask that. Let's actually see if it's going to be able to actually answer it for us and actually give us a very good reply. Just drop in the chat box. Drop in the chat box so I can just type it here and we can see what it's going to tell us. Anything at all. Okay. Just anything at all. So let's say for example now, I I am to actually deliver a presentation and I'm not sure of what I wrote. Let's say there are some grammatical errors and I don't want to go there and start speaking blunders. I can easily ask this thing to actually correct the grammatical errors for me. So let's say I'm trying to write um good morning traders. I am Michael and I have been trading. Just look at something for 5 years now. I want to teach I'm purposely actually including blunders there. You are be to be profitable in Forex with my 5 seconds strategy. So like this is actually what I wrote here. But then I feel like they're actually blunders here. So I'll tell help me organize the text below properly and correct any errors. Only one person dropped. Okay, two persons. Only two persons out of 9 persons. Okay. So my name is Michael. I'm training for 5 years, and I'm excited to share with you my 5 second strategy that can help you become profitable. So it actually converted this thing that is very confusing and full of grammatical errors from this particular format to this particular format. So if you're trying to actually write a business email, you're trying to actually write a proposal, you're trying to write anything, you can just simply come and ask your friend. Is your friend that has access to everything on the internet. So you can always just come and ask it any question and it's going to help you actually write it. Create that. Let's say you want to create a presentation slide. Okay, help. Let's say in school, you're meant to actually create a slide on your presentation. And you're meant to actually discuss what do you call it? Okay, help me look how fast creating this thing. Create a presentation slide on why why what do you call this thing? Global warming would destroy the world. Oh, I said presentation slide. Presentation. Okay. What's actually going to give us? Let me see. Did this thing only 2 persons actually drop something in the chat box? How to pay Egusi soup? Yeah, yeah. You can ask it those questions. If you can't ask it about relationships, they're going to actually advise you, you know, to advise you. It won't give you tips on how to even win a woman's heart. Everything like it's has access to all the information, almost all the information. I think they actually restricted some things from it, sha. But almost all the information in this world, almost all the information. And if you want to know um how to get rid of bed bugs with natural ingredients, it will tell you, you know, how to anything. I don't know, it's actually taking time to actually create this presentation slide. I don't know what it's trying to create. You can even ask itself to even create a picture of something for you. If you let me show you something. Look at what I asked it to do for me. Let me airdrop it to myself. So that prediction I actually made on CPI yesterday. I actually literally asked it. I asked it a simple question. I said, from what's currently going on right now and the whole this thing that and everything, what do you think is the direction of CPI is going to be? And it's for trying to actually whine me. And I say, don't whine me. Give me what I want to hear. I never start trading today. So, it's because trading is not actually 100%. You guys say to try to like sugarcoat. I think tell me the main thing. And then he told me that it's going to sell. And then I was looking a while and I thought they were going to sell and it sold. Simple. And I asked about PPIT. So it's not going to be 100% perfect, maybe, because trading is always not 100% perfect, but you get a very good accuracy out of it. Look at what I asked it to do. Create a picture of someone sliding on the water with this text under, and it created it for me within seconds. This thing is still loading. Don't know why it's still taking time to load. It's still loading actually. Probably my network is not that fast. Let it load fast. Let me show you what that is. Please drop more prompts on the chat box. So just drop it. It will make if you not drop, you forget any okay. If you don't actually drop anything in the chat box, after this lecture, every single thing I taught on this lecture, you're not going to remember any of it again. It's only people that actually drop their own that's actually going to remember everything. And it's not like going to figure out how to even use to even do greater things. So I think I'll just cancel this. This is still loading. I think it's trying to create a slide, like a complete slide. Or let's just wait for the slide to Finish. I think I have on that one self. Okay, let's just wait for it. Okay. All right. Okay. This is a slide you created for me. Okay, I think this is what it thinks was I was asking about. Okay, let me create a presentation. Presentation is different from slide. I'm going to create a presentation. I think is it called presentation? Let me call it presentation. When on school, let me see, is it presentation? I've reached, mm-hmm. Times I've really asked it so much. So what I'll do is that I think I have another one again. I think I've actually exceeded my limit for. I have a different one. ChatGPT. I have two different ones with two different emails. I think I should be logged in already. Okay, let me just show you how to actually just sign up. Then we'll go right there down. Sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. I'll use my other email. Um, brand, brand, the at gmail.com. They'll send you a code 248144. 248144. Ju- 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 Okay, I think I'm set now. So let's start. Okay, okay, yeah. So I'm starting from afresh with this one. So help me create a presentation on why global warming is very bad, very dangerous. Let's see. Presentation. Okay. So I see. So those are what to put in slide one, slide two, slide three, slide. If I can even ask to help me even generate the slide itself. So let's try to tell it to generate the slides for me. But these are generating slides don't take time. It has to load and load and load. Then it's tell it to actually generate the slides for you. The picture slide. So you get what I'm talking about, Sha. So let me actually ask the questions that okay, we have something in the jar. Yeah, good. That's very nice. So let's ask it this. Come on. That's it, I already answered. Define your entry and exit rule, risk tolerance, position sizing, write it down, follow it religiously. That's your trading plan. Keep a trading journal, log in, all those things. Manage your emotions, you see, set routines and limits, avoid over trading. So it's like your personal guide. See, it gave you like 8 different things you need to be disciplined. You understand? Let's ask Gushim, what Gushim said we should ask it. How do you prepare egusi soup? Anything. See? How do I marry a good wife? So you can use to prepare any soup you want to prepare. Let's ask it how to prepare banga soup. I think egusi is something that everybody, because it's just on the internet. All this information is actually on the internet. You just go there and search for it and bring one very nice one for you. One very nice and very. If you want to even service it pounded jam, eba, semu, amala, or fufu. How do I prepare banga soup? Look at it. Anything. Ask it anything you want to actually ask to give you the answer. Let me stop here. So how do I marry a good wife? To tell you how to marry a good wife, how to spot a good wife, how to deal with the breakup, how to deal with the breakup. I just stopped there because I don't want it to. Watch out for red flags, disrespect, manipulation, or excessive jealousy, lack of accountability, no goals, no growth, mindset. Okay, let's ask it. Expatiate more on the red flags to make me understand better. Constantly talking you down, especially in public, doesn't listen when you talk or dismisses your opinion, insults or makes jokes that cut deep and says you're too sensitive. Okay, manipulation, guilt tripping you when you say no or set boundaries. Hmm. You see, you just asked it. It's your friend that knows everything. So you asked it questions on how to marry a good wife, and it gave you no growth mindset, no ambition, no drive to improve spirituality, emotionally, financially. Say things like that's just how I am, doesn't support your growth or goals. So you see it. All right. So how do I deal with a painful breakup? So anything. I see people don't really want to drop prompts again. Nobody wants to drop any prompt again. Cut off all contacts, da 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 da. So anytime, just look at it as your best friend. You can even give it a name yourself and ask it anything you want to actually ask it. So let me think of something a little bit more technical. Would thunder and lightning destroy my solar system? If yes, how? So instead of actually going to Google things, ChatGPT will give you a better answer. So you see it. Good, good. Yeah, I'm coming to. So now you already have a context. You already have it in context. You already have a very strong idea on how AI actually works and what AI actually is. Right? It's a chat bot that can actually get any information, any particular information online for you. Okay, let's do this now. Create a picture of a cat trading trading forex of a ginger cat. So just make sure you download it and explore the application, explore the bot. Like just make it your best friend, make it your personal assistant. And if you need help anything, just ask it. Ask it. So let's when it's done creating this one, I will do this. We'll move to the next step. It's generating the image. I think my network I think my network is actually slow. That's why it's taking time like this. Okay. So I'm waiting for it to load completely. So to create the image of the cat trading for me. Ginger colored cat. I have a ginger colored cat. So let me see the image you want to create. Okay, so while we're actually waiting for the image it's going to create, let me actually start explaining how it actually relates to Forex. Now, a lot of things go on in Forex, right? A lot of things go on in Forex. There's actually before impact of news, there is after impact of news. You understand? You can ask it any question regarding anything you want to actually ask. So let's say, for example, now, there was a protest. I saw a video online, US people actually protesting, and they had a particular message on the billboard. So I just went to Google it and I just went here and just inputted the message. What does this particular I wrote the message protest mean? And then when I searched it told me that the protest is actually from US citizens against Trump's tariffs. Okay. Then I asked it again, how does this tariff actually affect US dollar? Then it gave me detailed breakdown of how the US dollar index is going to be falling, how US dollar is going to be losing strength massively. And if you look at this thing, you look at the dollar index, the DXY, you will see it has been losing strength since, and it's still losing strength. Okay, that and it's still losing strength. You can actually ask it. Okay, let's say for example now, we'll let this thing just get finish. Okay, so look at the image generated for me. This looks like my cat trading forex. Okay, all right. What is the long-term effects of this trade wars on the forex? Remember what I said, all right, beginning of this week, all right. Initially, I when the whole stuff started, right, I did not really pay much attention to what he was saying. But then I noticed that the market changed. Those that were with us last month, I noticed that the market actually changed. And I noticed that there were lots of spikes up here and there, and the market was looking scattered and everything. Something that was giving a consistent pattern before was not giving something that I could not even look and predict and say this is what it's going to do because it can go up at any point in time or go down at any point in time and everything. This is what ChatGPT actually said. I did not tell ChatGPT what to say. That was what I observed. I taught it. I've been teaching it over and over and everything. When to trade and when not to trade. When to take your foot off the gas and observe, and when to calm down and look for new patterns or new ways of actually trading it. Okay. So what they actually say is it during trade was there's going to be uncertainties, right? Forex market hits uncertainties, and this leads to larger swings in currency pairs. Volatility can attract more short-term traders, but it's riskier for long-term investors and everything. Currency devaluation and competitive devaluation. So you can see what they're actually talking about and everything. So you can actually use it to to get answers regarding like anything. So these are things you can actually use ChatGPT to actually do, all right, when it comes to trading Forex. Okay. Number one, you can actually use ChatGPT to analyze charts, like to make it as actually an assistant when you're actually analyzing charts. Okay. You can use to actually get risk management suggestions. Risk management suggestions. You can also use it to also backtest your strategy. You can give it a prompt to backtest a strategy. So let's say, for example, now you have a particular strategy working on trend lines and everything. You can ask it like, okay, on the 1 hour time frame on USJPY, right? What is the accuracy of the RSI, this one, that one, down? You tell it all the parameters. It's going to actually understand everything and it's going to actually go and backtest it for you and give you the accuracy. I'm going to do that one next week actually. Because of time, let me just run through the things you can actually do with it. Like I said, this lecture is going to be in batches. I cannot put everything now. Today's one is just to make you actually understand it. So after today's one, I know that a lot of persons will go and download. Everybody will download ChatGPT, and they're going to use ChatGPT over the weekend. They'll use it throughout from now to next week Friday. They'll get very, very used to the chatbot. They're going to get very used to making it their friends and getting lots of answers and everything regarding everything. And when they're actually coming for the lecture next week Friday, they're going to know how to use ChatGPT already. So now when I start teaching the advanced part of using it to actually like backtest strategy for you, it's going to be very, very easy for everybody because they already know how to use ChatGPT. So they'll be able to actually comprehend what I'm talking about. Right now, what I'm talking about, it may be looking a little bit complex, but the moment you spend 1 week getting used to the platform, next week you start teaching advanced stuff, you'll be good. So you can actually use actually backtest your strategy. All right. You can use to actually explain some educational concepts for you. So let's try this educational concept. What is SMC strategy? Break down SMC strategy. Break down SMC. Hmm, are you seeing it? Okay, let's try on that one again. So some things you may be no, you may not actually be able to actually understand. Maybe it's looking a little bit complex. I have to actually break it down for you. Let's try on that one again. Explain ICT smart money concepts in simple terms. You see, anything. You can also ask it questions like create and create a forex trading journal template I can use in Excel. Let's see how this creates this one. That's created for you and explained itself for you very, very well. Are you seeing that? This session is recorded though, so before 12:30, you get the recording, so you can take your time to go over it. So the ones you missed out, you can actually get them back. Okay? So you see, um, so plenty things. Okay. Let's try one more thing. let me think of something very advanced. Let me think of, okay, what is the market sentiment on XAU for the month of April? Now, so I'll explain everything for you. Record highs, and everything, and everything, and everything. Look at. So the outlook on gold remains bullish throughout April. So that basically means analysts suggest that if the current conditions persist, what they mean by current conditions is if there's no news that probably comes and just strengthens the years of, now based on technical analysis and based on how the market currently is, they said dollar is currently weakening. And if dollar is currently weakening, all right, if dollar is currently getting weak, what will happen? It's gold over US dollar, right? So we have XAU over USD over USD, okay? So XAU over USD, one is the numerator, one is the denominator, one is pulling one up, and the other is pulling the other one down. So they say if market conditions remain the way it is right now, the outlook of this thing, because gold is stronger than dollar, dollar has lost strength, dollar is like this, and gold is like this, right? So gold will keep pushing, pulling the pair up. Currently, it's actually on an uptrend, but then for the entire month of April, analysts are expecting this thing to keep going up, gold, and they're actually expecting to push past this zone, 2,300, 3,300 zone, and keep going up. But then they say something, if market conditions remain the same. Now, what they actually mean by that now, Trump, they would maybe want to do something at some point. They will try to probably strengthen US dollar by doing one or two manipulations. The other time they actually manipulated the stock market by all these their tariffs they're actually doing and everything. And they made some stocks pump very well, some US stocks, and they were very happy about that market manipulation. So they may actually try to still manipulate their currency against you and all of this, and all of these things. But the outlook on gold is bullish, and it's been bullish since. All right. This was actually when this people came out with this whole plenty tariff, 125% tariff announcement. That was what brought this thing down, because when they actually made the announcement on bringing tariff to China, which was last week, it will cause US to gain strength. And as USD gains strength, USD was able to pull gold down, was able to pull the pair down. And that was this sell you saw here that just, for me, just dragged it down and everything. But then it's climbing up again. That's corrected itself, it's climbing up again. So if everything keeps going like this, it keep going up, going up. It's going to push past this particular zone. So now you already know now that the sentiment on gold is bullish. So you only just look for it to just get your entry points. Just look for it to just get your entry points. It comes here, take your buy. Comes here, take your buy. Use your trailing stop loss by target points and all of those particular what do you call it things. All right. So NFP came out. Yeah, NFP came out last week already. So that is basically it. Let's now ask it one more question, all right? Before we actually end the session. I think it's going to be for only 40 minutes. What is is let's say Coach Michael, and how does it affect the forex markets? Okay, we'll ask you two questions. Manufacturing PMI, flash PMI, Euro GBP, French, it's all of them. Unexpected news. That's Trump. I can't go through everything, so I'll just leave it like that. Okay. Okay, let's check how does this trade war affect crypto? Cryp- How would then the last question I'm going to ask it's going to be on PPI. USD PPI coming out today. Right? So if the USD, that's if they keep going on and USD weakens very, very well, people are going to move their money from USD to funds Bitcoin and other stable coins to protect their wealth. And that's going to lead to increased crypto adoption. And when you actually have more money into crypto, it's going to actually boost the price of crypto. So that basically means if this trade war keeps going on and it goes into something crazy, you're going to have Bitcoin and other cryptos actually fly very, very well. Yeah. But what could actually go wrong, right? If governments can actually go and regulate crypto, they may get angry and look for a way to like crack down on crypto to probably put sanctions and all of those things. You understand? Which, is basically them trying to really attack crypto also. You get, but if they don't actually do that, crypto is going to be bullish with this. That is just basically what they are saying. You understand? Let's ask what is likely to be the immediate direction of USD GPY when USD PPI first. So, so what they did now is that they gave you all the reasons, all they're actually looking at and everything. Look at months in, blah blah blah. This is actually the forecast and everything. Previous reading is this, and then they say like this, that, and this. I said based on all these things. All right, given all these factors, you understand. But let me try to ask it. So, what is the let's see probabilities? Because they have given us the estimated probability. So the probability of it rising is 40%. So it's 40% likely to rise, 30% likely to fall, and 30% likely to not do anything based on how the news comes out. Yeah, so that means this PPI is going to be a little bit more difficult to predict. With CPI yesterday, it was a more straightforward answer compared to this one. But so it seems like the data on PPI is probably not really that much. It's really that not available. So it cannot really get all of them and really give a much more precise listen. You understand? But you see it. If you ask it something like NFP now or something like CPI, it's going to give you a more straightforward answer compared to this. But that's just basically it for the session now, okay? So thank you very much for actually joining. If you got value from this session, head over to the group chat and drop some value. I spent 50 something minutes teaching just now. My whole vocal cords is sore and swollen. If you know you got value from this session, head over to the group chat on WhatsApp and drop some value there. If you know you're going to use what we just taught now and practice it over the weekend and make ChatGPT your best friend, head over to the group chat on WhatsApp and drop value, drop fire emojis, drop stickers, drop I enjoy your training, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just drop them on the group chat. Okay. Drop some emojis, drop some stickers, you know. Next week, Friday, I'm going to take it to a whole different level. This one just introduction. Next week, yeah, we'll do using ChatGPT to backtest. When you send ChatGPT to help you backtest this strategy, yeah, we'll do it. So if you know you want us to actually do that training, I enjoyed the session. It was insightful. Things like that. Just help me drop in the chat box, okay? All right. I just got 3 messages though, Jesus, out of 9 persons on this call. Seems like that person actually enjoyed the lecture, but it's okay, it's fine. Since you don't want to drop for me. See you guys on the next session. Just understand that the reason why I'm not dropping out much trades like this is not because I don't want to trade. Obviously, I have my capital and I love trading. Who doesn't like money? That's actually what I want to do. I'm just trying to be very, very, very cautious. As this actually are currently they're de-escalating everything. So before the end of this week, they can actually like even remove the whole tariff and everything. And when they remove all those things now, market makers will come back to trade normally the way they were actually trading before. And then partners and everything will see. And then next week we can even have 100% accuracy. You understand? Just understand I'm being very cautious with everything I actually do because I don't want anybody to actually lose. But if you got value from this session, drop value on the group chat. Thank you very much for joining once again. And see you guys in the next live session. Have a lovely, fantastic, beautiful, and amazing day. Please don't forget to actually download ChatGPT. Don't forget to actually use this thing and practice it very well. Don't forget to ask it as much questions as you can actually ask so you can actually get used to the chatbot and the artificial intelligence system. Thank you very much once again for joining. See you guys next week. Bye.